Good morning and welcome to the first of our two press conferences today, which is being given by my friend and colleague Gilbert Licudi. Gilbert has been one of the most effective and efficient ministers who's dealt with many of our flagship projects in government, including things like the small boats marina, the two schools at St. Bernard's, and also the university. And today we'll be expanding on our policies in relation precisely to the university, to the port, and also to the Gibraltar Fire and Rescue Service. Gilbert, good morning.
Thank you, Joseph. Good morning, all. As Joseph has said, one of the projects that I was involved in originally was the University of Gibraltar. We opened the university almost exactly 4 years ago. Since then, the university has been developing. As with any major institution like that, progress will initially be slow and then it will be picked up. We are certainly very satisfied with the development of the university. We now have a range of full-time courses, undergraduate. We have postgraduate researchers carrying out very, very important research at the university, some of which is already being internationally recognized. You may have seen some of that in the media only a couple of weeks ago. One of the aspects of the university that we attached a great deal of importance to when we inaugurated was the professional development, so that the university would be an institution which would assist the whole of the community in the professional development throughout our working lives. And that has been enormously successful. Over the last year, well, this year we expect, in terms of undergraduate and postgraduate students, to have doubled the number of students from last year. And in terms of part-time courses, which includes the professional development and other short courses, we expect to achieve this year between 500 and 600 students, which is probably about double of what we had last year. So progress is steady, progress is good, things are working well, and an important development which we have had this year, of course, is the addition of the student accommodation. 144 rooms purpose-built as student accommodation for the university. And clearly what that does is allow the university to attract international students in greater numbers. It is impossible for the university to have international students who will come and who will stay and study in Gibraltar without the accommodation as you expect in any other country. Now we have it. It is opened, it is operational, there are already students using the accommodation, and that is a catalyst to boost the exposure of the university. The university has already had important international exposure, both at a European level and at an international level, with collaborations having been agreed with major international universities. And the student accommodation allows us to take that allows the university to take that extra and additional step. The other important innovation for this year is in terms of facilities. The government announced that once the rest of the St. Christopher's school site was handed back to the government by the MOD. Initially, it was going to be used for the Island Games, as it has been very successfully this year, and then it was going to be handed over to the university. And one of the things that the university is going to be using that for, as we have announced already, is the Gibraltar Maritime Academy. It is intended that the Gibraltar Maritime Academy will be part of the university and will offer degree courses, not just degree courses, also maritime training in other areas, but 4 important new courses, new degree courses, will be offered by the Gibraltar Maritime Academy at the university. These courses will lead to professional qualification as officers of the watch, either in deck officers or engineers. So there will be 1 degree for deck officers, 1 degree for engineers, with the equivalent degrees being available online, so that if people are working and want to access a university degree online, these courses will be available online, so that as seafarers continue to work, they can obtain a degree, and therefore it will assist them in their professional advancement. And as I said, the Academy is expected to do not just the degrees, but a whole range of courses from which Gibraltar will benefit. So we're satisfied with the work of the university. We're at an important crossroads in terms of the development of the university as a result of innovations this year, but things are going well. It is a flagship institution for Gibraltar, which is already being recognized internationally. Joseph mentioned one of the projects that we carried out primarily in the first term of office, but we finished it and inaugurated it in the second term of office, and that was the small boats marina. That is part of a port project. It involves the creation of 700 new berths, and as you can see in that photograph behind us, it is absolutely full to the brim, and that just shows the need that there was, not just for a few berths, but for 700 new berths for small boats. It is used on daily basis. The facilities are first class, and it allows not just 700 individuals, but 700 families of Gibraltar residents to enjoy access to the sea that previously either had not been possible or had been very, very difficult. So it has been enormously successful, the foresight that this government had in creating that brand new facility. And part of the thinking of this facility was that we wouldn't just create a facility for small boats. We wanted to create new wharfage, which Gibraltar had not seen for many, many, many years. Over 500 meters of new wharfage space which could be used. Primarily, it was intended to be used to attract super yachts, and that is exactly what we're doing. It is used practically on a daily basis. As you can see in this particular photograph, there are 5 big yachts there on that particular day. We've always had super yachts coming to Gibraltar. Generally, they would come, take bunkers, and leave. This now allows super yachts to stay in Gibraltar either for 1 or 2 days or for an extended period. Sometimes we've had super yachts coming in and carrying out repairs whilst being berthed at the super yacht marina. It allows us to market Gibraltar internationally in terms of the facilities and the infrastructure we've got for super yachts. We've just been last week to the Monaco Yacht Show, which is one of the most important super yacht shows and exhibitions in the world in Monaco, and we had our own stand. And this was one of the things that we were showcasing. There have been, of course, other developments in the port, in particular the opening of the new offices and the move to the new offices. The new offices by Lathbury Barracks are at a fantastic vantage point. It overlooks both the bay and the eastern side, as well as the Straits of Gibraltar. There couldn't be a better facility for the new offices. It has also been equipped with brand new equipment. So our VTS officers that do the vessel tracking system, that make sure that vessels navigate safely as they come in and out of Gibraltar waters and are directed to the anchorage spots. Those have now not just new officers, but brand new technology, up-to-date technology, which assists in the safety of navigation. That has been an important addition to the port. And as we have already announced, we set out in the manifesto, one of the things that we will be doing is to acquire a brand new port launch. It is something that we have needed for a while, and we are absolutely committed to providing the funds to make sure that we have a brand new port launch to carry out the normal patrols as well as search and rescue. We currently have a launch that we have essentially inherited from the Royal Gibraltar Police, which I believe is now ready to start doing the patrols and search and rescue. But we always thought of that as a short-term facility whilst we acquired the brand new launch. I want to turn to the Gibraltar Fire and Rescue Service. Clearly, safety of our community is of paramount importance. It will be of paramount importance to any government. And allied to that is the equipment that our fire and rescue services have. Over the course of the last 4 years, we have essentially redone the entire equipment base of both the Gibraltar Fire and Rescue Service and the Airport Fire and Rescue Service. The image you see is one of the new appliances of the Airport Fire and Rescue Services. So both the airport and the Gibraltar Fire and Rescue Service now have brand new appliances with new capabilities, enhanced capabilities, which clearly are for the benefit of the whole of the community. We have committed ourselves to bringing in what is called a turntable ladder, which is an appliance with a ladder operated with a boom and a platform which can reach higher buildings and in fact attack fires and rescues from above. What Gibraltar has seen in the last few years is a number of higher rise buildings coming on stream. There has been some discussion about making sure that we have the equipment to deal with those fires, and this is something that will add to that by having the reach, not perhaps to go to the very top floors, but having the reach that a normal turntable ladder will have. It also allows fires to be tackled from above, even low buildings, and that is a good facility, good safety feature to have for the fire and rescue service. Allied to all of this, to do with the fire service, is of course training. We have provided to the Gibraltar Fire and Rescue Service a training site, again in the area of Lathbury Barracks, near where the new sports facilities are. But there was a limit as to what could be done there, because the site itself did not belong to the government, and therefore development on the site was difficult. Therefore it was available as an area which could be used for certain types of training. What we are now committed to is to creating a new training facility which will be used by the Gibraltar Fire and Rescue Service, by the Airport Fire and Rescue Service, and also by the Gibraltar Maritime Academy, because part of the courses that the university will be doing on maritime training necessarily includes fire training for seafarers. It is one of the mandatory aspects, modules that has to be provided. And this fire training facility will essentially be enclosed so that there won't be open fires, and it has modern technology to deal with all the emissions so that emissions to the outside are nil or as close to nil as possible. So it's a modern, technologically advanced fire training facility which also takes care of the environment. And finally, in relation to the fire service, we have said in the previous manifesto that we would do a new fire station. That is one of the commitments that we have still to achieve. We are repeating that in this manifesto, and primarily the reason that has not been done, apart from the fact that a lot of work has been going on in relation to Brexit, as you will know, and that has delayed some of the projects that we had on stream. This is also tied up to the development of the Rook site, on which my colleague Joseph can say something else about in a moment, but this was part of what was going to be developed and what was being discussed with the developers of the Rook site. That hasn't come to fruition yet, but it will come to fruition in this term of office, and we are committed to providing a new fire station. So a new fire station, new training facilities, new equipment. It all makes for a safer community, which is what we all want.
Thank you, Gilbert. No, on the Rook site, I mean, the discussions with the preferred developer are continuing. I mean, those went out to tender, to expressions of interest a number of years ago, and discussions continue. And the objective, as Gilbert has said, was to locate a fire station and a new police station in that plot of land.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you all very much. And at 3 o'clock we'll be here with Joe Bossano on the Brexit National Economic Plan. Thank you.